Namaste. Today I'm going to read Volume 3, Book 5, UmaSamhita, Chapter 27, Escaping Death and Attainment of Shiva in the Shiva Puran. Hariom Tatsat. The goddess said, a yogin attains the region of wind arising from the yogic ether. O Lord, if you are delighted, let me hear from you. Formerly desirous of the welfare of yogins, I had explained everything as to how wind became a symbol for the yogins desirous of conquering Kala. Knowing the day through that, the yogin stays engaged in pranayama. A pretty woman, within half a month he conquers the Kala that has already come upon him. The wind within the heart kindles the fire. It is favorable to the fire. It blows within and without. It is all pervasive. It is great and it spreads everywhere. Knowledge, perfect knowledge, zeal, everything is activized by wind. He who has conquered it has conquered the universe. With a desire to prevent old age and death, the yogin engaged in the practice of yoga, meditation and retention shall stay in the state of dharana. O sage, the blacksmith blows air into the bellows and does his job by means of the wind. The yogin shall also practice similarly. The Lord of thousands, the Lord of 1,000 eyes, hands and feet, encompasses the universe and stands 10 angulas above. Holding the breath, one shall repeat the Gayatri mantra along with his siras, om and viharatis thrice. That is called pranayama. Planets like the sun and the moon are evolved and dissolved. But those who are devoted to yoga and meditation do not return still. O goddess, by a single retention of vital airs, a Brahmin attains the benefit accruing to him by the penance performed for 100 years while sustaining himself on the water from the tips of kusa grass. The Brahmin who gets up at daybreak and performs a pranayama quells his sins and goes to Brahma's region. Free from lethargy, he who is engaged in pranayama in an isolated place conquers old age and death, masters the vital air and can traverse the sky. He can assume the form of a siddha. He gets lustre, intelligence, exploits, valor, happiness and the speed of the wind. O goddess, I have thus narrated the siddhi through the wind that the yogin attains from fire. The aspirant sits in the comfortable posture in a place free from noise. In the middle place he illuminates the brilliance accompanied by the lustre, the moon and the sun. The yogin who illuminates the fire exists in between the eyebrows, alertfully can see the darkness without lamps to be sure. The yogin presses the eyes with the fingers a little and strives to see the star and meditate on it for a muhurta or half that time with concentration. Thereafter, while meditating in darkness, he sees the bright lustre of Shiva in colors white, red, yellow, black and the rainbow color. On seeing that brilliance on a par with the rising sun stationed in the forehead between the eyebrows, the yogin can assume any form of body he chooses and plays about as he wishes. By repeated practice, the yogin gains various powers, subduing the senses, entry into other bodies, the attainment of 8 siddhis, anima and others, mental vision, hearing from far, perfect knowledge, invincible, assuming multiforms, and the ability to walk through the sky. Persons endowed with Vedic studies, experts in different sastras, and the perfectly wise too, become deluded when subservient to the force of the previous karmans. They do not see even when they gaze at it. Even while listening, they are no better than deaf, deluded by sins. They are like blind men in the world. I know the great Purusa of the color of the sun beyond all darkness. By knowing him alone can one surmount death. There is no other path to go. Thus the excellent mode of yoga of the fire has been explained to you, how the yogin conquers death and attains immortality. I shall now explain a greater method of yogic practice to ward off death. O goddess, listen with attention and concentration. This yogin, O goddess, forms the fourth one, the other three being the bhutas, the yogins, and the meditators. This devotee practicing the fourth method sits in a comfortable posture in a convenient spot with pure mind. He keeps his body straight. His hands are clasped together cup-like. He shapes the mouth like a beak and drinks in the wind slowly. The water drops clinging to his palate begin to exude. They are life givers. He inhales them through the wind. Drinking this nectarine cool water daily, he will never be subservient to death. He gives a divine body and great brilliance. He becomes free from hunger and thirst. In strength, he becomes equal to an elephant. In speed, he vies with a horse. He has the keen sight of Garuda. He can hear from a distance. He has dark curly ringlets of hair. His complexion is as fair as that of Gandharvas and Vindhyadharas. He lives for 100 years by the calculation of the time of gods. He attains equally with Brihaspati. By practicing this yoga, he can traverse in the sky or any where he likes. He can always remain happy. O fair lady, I shall now explain another mode which is strenuously guarded even by gods. Please listen to it. The yogin shall practice curving the tongue towards the palate. After some time, he can carry it to the uvula. When touched, it begins to exude cool nectar. By drinking in this, the yogin attains immortality. The tip of the tongue touches the tip of the uvula. The hands are clasped in the form of a white lotus drawn by him. The nectar falls drop by drop. When he attains the great region, he delights even the deities. This is the essential substance enabling one to cross the ocean of worldly existence, surmount all sins, cross the Kala along with the star. He by whom the limbs have been drenched with the nectar never dies. He is devoid of hunger and thirst. O daughter of the mountain, the earth, possessing these four types of yogins, can bestow happiness on the entire universe. What a man creates in dream, the yogin is competent to create in heaven. This is only a part of what the four can do. Hence the earth, united with mantras, penances, vratas, restraints, medicinal herbs, and yogic practice, becomes lovable to men endowed with humility, piety, and sacred virtues. The primordial Lord of all living beings does not become shaken when associating with the four yogins. I shall now explain in accordance with the injunctions. The Chaya Purusa, the shadowy person who is called Shiva. Footnotes. There's no footnotes in this chapter. Here in today's reading of the Shiva Puran. Hari Om Tat Sat.